Here we go. Hi everybody, my name is Miro Talk. I'm from Atlassian. I am now officially a technical partner manager from the marketplace programs team. However, I used to be on the TAM team, the technical account management team, for 2.5 years, working with large enterprises, some of our largest customers, on complex problems that they had, ranging from operational problems, organizational questions, methods of working, best practices, roadmap alignment discussions, the whole plethora of things that come up when you work at a large company. Now, I joined the Marketplace Programs team recently because I believe that, also, as the company does, I believe that our cloud is the future, and I would like to help build out our partnerships with vendor partners so that they can complement our cloud offering even better. And our mission is to grow and mature the entire ecosystem with more, better, stable apps ready for any size of enterprise so that our platform becomes amazing. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about our cloud offering, aka our SaaS offering, and what we're doing with that. Maybe a little bit less technical than what Andy was talking about. And I realize there may be a little bit of a mix of people in the room, and I'm interested to know who is familiar with what. So just a show of hands, who uses our server and DC products? Small group. Who uses our cloud products? Oh, wow, okay, Jeff. Nice. All right, cool, also. And who is not familiar with our products at all? One person, okay, I'm happy to see that only one person, but soon that'll change. I used to be more involved in the server and DC side of things, as you can imagine, from the technical account management side. Now I'm delving into cloud, and our dedication to the platform, our cloud platform, is very, very deep, and I've joined that mission. I did prepare a quick overview of our major cloud products, just so that everybody maybe get a refresher of what we actually have in the cloud, so you have a little bit more context for what I'm going to talk about, features and things that we've come up with recently. Right. Our promise, firstly, our cloud promise is to deliver the best possible Atlassian experience that users can imagine for all types of teams, no matter what the size of the team or what they do. So Atlassian Cloud runs and builds at scale 24/7. You don't have to worry about managed downtime, weekend upgrades, or any of that. If you have a bigger team, if your company starts to grow massively, we can scale with you. We handle all of that. You don't have to worry anymore about server capacity or any of those things. Next to that, of course, our features and our wonderful UI. It's all handled by us. When we originally launched Cloud, we announced a limit of 1,000 users. We weren't exactly sure what would happen afterwards, so we just said 1,000 users, then you're safe. But then we got better. We said 2,000 users. Then we announced a 5,000 user limit. And last summit, we announced that we have an exclusive early access program for 10,000 users. Now, in rapid succession, we've been making these improvements. So when we announced this 10,000 user limit for this early access program, our customers started to realize that we're really serious about scaling, and this rapid succession of these user limits has actually been a result of customer discussions. We have been engaging with a lot of our largest customers in the last 1.5 to 2 years, specifically when I was at the TAM team. And they have given us so much feedback that we have funneled back into our development teams that they just realize, okay, we need to ramp up the work and get ready for that unlimited users stage. The largest customers have a great desire to migrate to our cloud. However, yeah, I could say, honestly, we're not ready for those 100,000 user companies yet. But that is eventually our goal, so we're working hard at it. We're on our way to getting there. And we constantly involve our customers and our partners in these feedback discussions so that we know that we can pivot when we need to and build the right thing to make our customers happy. Quickly, here's the overview slide, very Spartan. Let's start with the top 3 products in our cloud. Jira, it comes in 3 flavors. We have the full bouquet, the Jira software flavor for your full range of functionality. We have Jira Service Desk flavor for the ITSM enthusiasts, and Jira Core for your basic project management and tracking. Everybody familiar with those three? Good, I like nodding heads. Next, after you've tracked everything, you've planned everything, and the backlogs and to-do in progress, all those things, well, people talk about stuff, people meet, and you need to record all those conversations and that knowledge. You put it into Confluence. You link the two inextricably. You build a wiki-style knowledge base where your company's tacit knowledge turns into codified knowledge. Third, we've got, obviously, very shortly, the source code management and repository tool, Bitbucket. It's where you store all your code, manage all your code, deploy. Pipelines is a nice little feature of our cloud, Bitbucket. Also, can be linked together with Jira that has seamless integration actually with all three tools. It's a great experience. I like to call this the trifecta of productivity and collaboration. Okay. So what can you do with Atlassian Cloud really? Let's start with Confluence. Quick look at some of the things. Disclaimer, I will not show you the full range of functionality of all of our products because we would be here for 3 days. Some of you on Atlassian Cloud have already seen the changes in our UI, and with this new editor in Confluence, you can see that it has become a little bit more intuitive. Dragging and dropping have become main tools in editing, creating pages in this wiki-style knowledge base. And as you'd expect, you can link those pages very easily with Jira macros, issue macros, etc., making that integration very visible. Next up in Jira, something that I'd like to show you that has changed recently, issue type configuration. Before, it used to be an admin task where you go into a page and you have to scroll and figure out what to do. Now, it's become drag and drop again, where it becomes just, you can thank the iPad for this, the generation of iPad and the iPhone for dragging and dropping things into it. We've integrated that into also our admin tasks. So this is what Jira looks like, very simple, backlog, to do, in progress, etc. However, I'd like to draw your attention to up here, the URL. Renaming URLs have become very easy. It's as simple as submitting a ticket to Atlassian. You can put a request in to change that domain to whatever you want. As you can see here, .atlassian.net. And recent development has made it possible that you can use branded URLs, also known as custom domains or vanity URLs. They can be changed into whatever you want via a simple ticket. What's coming up soon is that you'll be able to do this in the product yourself. So much less talking with us because it's just available for you as a feature. So we're on a roll. We've got lots of things that we're developing, releasing several times a day. Discussions in teams all around the world going about performance. We've done a lot of things in performance on the DC side, on the server and DC side, so the cloud team has also ramped up their work around performance, and they have made a commitment to make things even faster, and I am delighted to tell you a few new stats. Next-gen projects in Jira, your boards load 50% faster. Backlogs load 80% faster. And navigating between boards and projects has become 100% faster. So the entire UI has been rethought on how people actually use Jira to make it faster and more easy and seamless, bringing you more speed and less pain. Plus, we got around to fixing and ramping up a few things around security, solving some fundamental cloud expectations around cloud security specifically. It's one of our highest priorities at Atlassian to protect customers' teams and data when they trust us with their information in our cloud. We have implemented world-class security protocols to make sure that our customers can rest assured about their safety of their information. so that cloud has become a serious option for even the most picky enterprises. That's the people, that's the organizations that we're actually building for, that we're aiming for, because they are the most picky. They are the most scrutinous about where they put their data and who they trust with their information. So specifically around data encryption, we've implemented data encryption for our customer data stores in the cloud. Starting recently, all new cloud instances are encrypted by default at rest and in transit. If you want to know about the technologies that are used there, you can ask about it later. And finally, in the spirit and one of our core values around security, open company, no BS. We offer clear reports. We've actually added a lot more visibility in how we do things in Atlassian. We offer clear reports of how we follow security practices internally at Atlassian. And our security testing program describes how we secure our products and informs you of best practices that you can implement within your own teams. Do you have a custom security questionnaire that maybe you need answering before you can trust us with your information? No problem. We've started answering those recently. In the past, we were a little bit hesitant about answering these questionnaires that you have, but we've decided, you know what, it's time to get real, it's time to grow up. So we will answer those questions. We've got a huge knowledge base of answers around all the technologies and all the questions that you could possibly ask, and we've started handing those back to every customer. The Atlassian Trust Center, I encourage you to go check this out later. We have opened up a lot of our processes and how we do things in that on that part of our website, so that you can understand how we build our world-class cloud products that are reliable, secure, and trustworthy, and how we think about those things. Now, a little bit more about what we've released recently. A while ago, we released Atlassian Access. This is, in short, an admin tool to manage your domain's users. And as the saying goes, trust but verify. One of the cool things about Atlassian Access are the audit logs. You need comprehensive audit logs to make sure that what's happening inside your instance can be verified. So we've built just that, a record of who did what, as in who changed what permissions, who gave permissions to what space, etc., who's modified permissions in any of your cloud products. This gives you a single source of truth of what's going on permissions-wise in your cloud instances. Next up, authentication, authorization. We've partnered with 5 of the largest identity providers to support SAML SSO. And now I'm pleased to announce also that Google Cloud Identity and Microsoft ADFS are on their way as well. However, if none of these fit your flavor of instance, we also have APIs available for your custom connectors, custom integrations that you have internally. No problem. And productivity-wise, Atlassian Access helps you out in another way. If you have new employees, they can be productive from day one because we now have automatic user provisioning via Okta, Azure AD, and OneLogin. And for those of you who have custom directories, we've got you covered, again, with our APIs that'll transport those to your tools. Security, security, security. But we've partnered up with some interesting security partners here because security is about depth in defense. So we're teaming up with these leading app security partners to integrate our audit logs into their products. So if you already use any of these products, connecting them up to Atlassian Access is 0 extra work. So I could go on and on and on about Atlassian Access and all the things that you can do with Atlassian Access. However, I can just sum it up in it's an administrator's dream, and we're only building out the feature list of what you can actually do with Atlassian Access. Just a small pro tip about what it is and what it manages. It's not per application. or per instance, it's per domain. So if you've registered a domain with us, then Atlassian Access manages every user from that domain. No matter the instance, no matter the Jira, Confluence, whatever it is, Atlassian Access manages it all based on the domain of the user. Just something to think about. Now, we firmly believe that cloud is the future. I'll show you a bit of a timeline of all the things that we've done in the last 2 years. You can see that we're working at a really rapid pace in making the cloud the best Atlassian experience you can have. You can expect to see even more rapid releases and new things coming up. I'd like to draw your attention to the top one. Do you see that? Advanced data management. This is at the top of mind of a lot of teams within Atlassian, including mine. And I can tell you internally we're talking about things like data residency and advanced encryption options within that sphere. I can't say any more than that, but I can tell you it's really interesting. So one of the newest things that we've released is Cloud Premium for Jira Software and Confluence. Yes, I understand it does cost more than before, but you do get a lot more in return for what you pay, including premium support. Now with Cloud Premium for Jira Software, you can meet all the needs of your growing teams. We've introduced advanced roadmaps similar to Portfolio, where you can visualize your project statuses, the work that's being done and organized, could track dependency mapping, and also show hierarchical tasks in a very clear and easy way. In Confluence, we've introduced something called Super Admin Key. So you know that problem where somebody leaves the organization and they had access, they were the only ones who had access to that one page, and then you don't know how to get to that content anymore? Well, that's why we've summoned the Super Admin Key. You give it to a select group of people, and then they can access those pages that have been locked down, making sure that you can access and then give it off to the next person who will be responsible for that content. Also in Confluence, we've introduced what's called Advanced Analytics. It gives you the option to gain more insight into the usage of Confluence across your organization. You gain visibility into your top users, the most popular spaces, how that's tracking over time, so you can get a lot more insight into trends of how Confluence is being used and how knowledge is flowing through your organization. Now, in the past, this data was only surfaced through access logs. You know, you could actually get it from the database or access logs, specialized apps, and only in server and DC. So we decided to productize that and make that just readily available in cloud as a feature. Super easy. But we're not done yet. Part of the promise. Cloud Premium is backed by, well, 3 S's, although it's a confluence of words. SLA, starting with the first S. Guaranteed SLA of 3 nines, so that you don't have to worry about unplanned downtime. Second, storage. Actually, it's unlimited storage. You don't have to worry about attachment sizes or file sizes or anything of that sort. And support of the premium flavor. Premium support is actually, you get a dedicated team of Atlassian experts, readily available 24/7. If something happens, obviously, you submit a ticket and you get help right away from very, very smart people. I interact with them a lot. They are some of the funniest, strangest, but most intelligent people I've ever met in my life. So this brings up the question of, how do I get from behind the firewall into the cloud? Now, we're trying to help out in that process as well. We've released a Confluence Cloud Migration Assistant tool that helps you migrate your users and your content into your cloud instance that you've resurrected. And at the moment, I can tell you that the Jira team is working on a Jira Migration Assistant as well. There's more info coming soon around that. I can't tell you too much around it. However, all this migration info can be found on our Migration Center online, on our website. It's just a whole dedicated website to migration from server to cloud. Very easily findable. There's one part of the story that I haven't talked about, but that's near and dear to my heart right now since I've joined the team. It's Atlassian Marketplace, and I'm saving this for last. Now, our online shop where our vendor partners sell their apps to customers directly. Now, this is an unmissable part if I have to translate a Dutch word into English. It's an unmissable part of Atlassian tools, our platform. And notice that I said vendor partners. Now, in the Marketplace team, we've made it a mission of ours to spread the word to call them vendor partners and not app vendors, because we firmly believe that all organizations that are making apps for our Marketplace, for our platform, are our partners in success. And having a trusted relationship with these vendor partners is key for the entire platform, for everybody to succeed. Not only us, but also them. So they are vendor partners, not app vendors. So everybody remembers that? Good. All right. So here's just a little screenshot of how our Marketplace looked like. Very simple. You start typing either the app name or just, if you type in Agile, then you'll get a bunch of stuff in there. Or time tracking, you also get a bunch of results there. Very easy. So our product's growing success relies on the thousands of apps that we have available in the Marketplace, thanks to the over 1,000 vendors that have created these apps and made them available in our ecosystem. And just to give you an idea of how important our customers think apps are to their instances, I can tell you that of our total MAU, does everybody what MAU is? Monthly active users. So of our total monthly active users in our cloud instances, around 2 million people use an app in a Jira or Confluence instance per month. And to give you an idea of how many instances already have at least one app, because they usually go hand in hand, almost half of all instances. Think about it. We've got more than 100,000 customers, and our app marketplace is only growing and maturing further. And almost half of them have at least one app. And I can tell you that the ones that have the one app is a very small range. They usually have more in the range of 4, 5, 6, some even 10 apps. So the growth of the apps and how many people actually install apps in their instances is greatly emphasized by the growing interest of enterprise customers coming to us and asking, can we already migrate to the cloud? Do you have the apps ready? Is everything ready for us? And vendor partners are quintessential in this whole transition. So it's part of the reason, again, why I've joined the Marketplace team, so that we can ramp up this transition and that everybody's ready to migrate to cloud. So in the end, what is this journey that we're all reaching for the cloud that's outside? It's not only about features in our products, but it's also the thinking behind the products, where we want to go with them. We like to talk about our ideas in early stages so that we can get feedback from our customers and our partners and change our roadmap if need be. I've shown you a little bit about where we are today, what we're talking about now internally, and the next step will simply be for you to check it out and try our products. So, takeaways. I always like to end my presentations with some takeaways, and it looks very different on this screen than it does on mine. So hopefully, if you, I encourage you to take a picture of this and try to, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But try and take a picture of this and remember these URLs. These are some things I talked about. And I'd like to draw your attention again to the Trust Center. So that's this one, where we have a treasure trove of information about how we do things, how we think about security, best practices, how we do things internally as well. And also recently we have put a lot more visibility into our roadmap. So how our cloud is going to develop in the next months, we've published that information on our website. So please go to the website, engage with us, talk to our partners, talk to Clearvision, and I'm sure you'll get a great start in your cloud journey.